my stuff on a show. I am an actor, a voice director, a dub producer, and I am a casting director and ADR writer. Oh gosh, I do too many things, which is why I'm always tired and always busy. But mostly you guys probably know me for my voice acting. Although these days I'm doing more and more directing. I've been also directing more original animation. I've also been acting in original animation. But I don't think as many people care about that for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, so I think I'm most known for Sailor Moon, obviously, and then Hinata and Orihime and Bleach. But I've also done Julie in Legend of Korra, and been a bunch of Gundam stuff, Lacus and Gundam Seed, and also Audrey in Gundam Unicorn and subsequent follow-ups in that universe. But you guys can ask me anything you want, and if I don't want to answer it, I'll just say no. Yeah, okay, let's just start.
Hi, I met you at Winter 2024. So my question is, what was it like to for you to play Sailor Moon?
What was it like?
Yes.
Okay. Gosh, I feel very like I did a panel winner. I was here in January in Sacramento. I never left. No, I did leave. And I hope I'm not just repeating the same boring stories. But no, it was very surreal. I did not. It took me a really long time to kind of accept that role in the sense that like I was doing my job, but like mentally I felt like it's the only time, when people talk about like alternate dimensions, that alternate dimensions series, like does the Fruit of the Loom logo have a cornucopia or not? Like that debate, or like is it Berenstein Bears? And people think like, oh, we've slipped into an alternate dimension. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, except when I got cast in Sailor Moon. I thought I somehow slipped into an alternate dimension where I got cast in Sailor Moon, and now this was the off dimension, not the normal one, right? In the regular dimension, I wasn't Sailor Moon for some reason. Like it just didn't, I don't know, I couldn't, it took me a long time to kind of like own it. And then I do remember one time telling my dog, I was walking my dog, and I was like, Ibudo, Ibudo. He's just like, what? And I was like, Mommy is Sailor Moon. And then he peed on a tree, and I was like, you don't care. And then I was like, then I told Ipudo, I was like, I also think it's like a mistake or something. Like it doesn't feel real. And then he just kept walking and sniffing. Did not care. So, keeps you humble, dogs. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, good to see you.
Hello.
I know, I'm a huge Sailor Moon. It's my second favorite anime of all time.
Second, what's your first?
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. Okay. Nice.
I know, we need a Inuyasha reunion or something here. Anyway, my question is, Sailor Moon has so many transformations. What's your favorite?
Oh, I don't like have a favorite. Okay, the one that I think is hilarious that I would want to have for myself is what's the tiara one? It's where she can like turn me into a pretty fill in the blank.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what that
the
is.
magical pin, or
But I don't know what the transmission. I don't know what this. I don't remember what the spell name is. But that is the most. First of all, I think that's the most useful and also the most concrete in terms of I know what she's doing versus just doing like attack magic. Like I feel like love attack magic. But then the other one I think is really funny is heart attack. I just think it's funny to yell heart attack and have it be an attack move and not a cry for help. So. Yep, that's it. Is that your? Did I answer it?
yeah.
Okay.
Moon Prism Power, make up!
Yeah, nice job.
Hi. I went to see you last time you were here.
Winter
Yeah,
of
in
this
winter.
year.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming back for one, For
Thanks
two,
for having me back.
yeah. For two, I don't know if you could tell by my shirt, but
Oh,
big,
you're a Sonic.
big
You're
Sonic fan.
Sonic fan.
So when I heard you were casted as Maria for
Yeah.
Shao Generations, I was hyped, and when I saw the animation, I cried
You
a
cried.
lot.
Okay.
Um, so I want to know now that you have. I know you were a voice actress in Lost World, but how does it feel to be more involved with the Sonic? I know you can only say too much, but how does it feel to be more involved with the franchise?
Shoot. Okay, so nobody like I did a few. Was it Xena?
Hmm.
And then there was another small character I did. I was like, oh, okay. It's a Sonic. Sonic's a big franchise. But it wasn't like a big deal. No one really cared.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then like Maria was announced, and then people were freaking out. You guys were all freaking out. And then they announced it, and then we had a panel at AX, and the people were freaking. Who did anyone? You guys are close enough. Anyone would go to AX that Sonic panel? Did you go to that Sonic panel? It doesn't matter. You said anytime you opened your mouth, the crowd screamed, but like screamed like we were the Beatles, Like it was like people were like losing their shit. They were like, like crying. It was like I was like, what is going on? And I didn't even say something. They like asked a question, and I was like, yes, and they'd be like, they'd be like, so I was like, whoa, Sonic fans are on another level. So it's both like really exciting, but it's also scary because I feel like, oh no. So far, everybody's been really great and very supportive, and they're like, "Oh, we love you," and "Oh, it sounds so good. We're so excited for you." But like, I'm like very worried too. Like, what if I say something wrong? Like, what if I don't know, make a mistake and then make people mad. So it's like both thrilling but also kind of scary.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again. Again, thank you for coming out, and thank you again. I'm really excited. I also love K-On!
Thanks. Hello.
Hello. I met you yesterday with the autograph session.
Oh, hello
I
again.
remember Usagi, but I changed.
But now
Um,
that
my-
you changed. It's good. You're not wearing the same outfit again.
No,
Cosplay is the only time you can get away with wearing like your clothes like 3 times in a row and no one giving you a funny look. Like you didn't change your clothes.
my question is, what's your favorite fight scene in Sailor Moon?
What is my favorite what?
Fight scene. Your fight scene?
Oh, fights. Oh man. I actually don't know. Also because it's hard to like keep them straight. I I think what probably is like the most memorable fight scene is the end of I think it's season 1. Like no spoilers or anything, but the first time she died. But that that was I mean, once you die, the next time it seems like you're gonna die. It doesn't seem as if we don't know. But yeah, that was probably the most memorable one for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out here again.
Thanks for being here.
This is my first time seeing you, so thank you. I have been a fan of Sailor Moon my whole life, and I've also been a fan of Naruto, but especially of Eureka 7. So my question for you
Uh-huh.
is, do you think that Eureka and Anemone could be friends?
I mean, I do. Did you watch every version of that series?
Not all of them.
Okay, because there are other alternate universe storytelling of Eureka and Anemone where they are not at each other's throats. So, based on that, I said yes. Yeah, I said definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to know. Oh, sorry. If you could have voiced any other Sailor Scout, which one would you pick?
Oh, okay. Well, I think my favorite one is Venus because I like how she messes up the sayings and she's just like so sweet and that's what I gravitate towards. But when they cast me, they didn't tell me who I was cast as. They just said that I was working on the show. And I don't think they did it on purpose. Now we all sign NDAs and stuff and everything's very secretive. But like back then, it wasn't so much because everyone was like, who cares? Like, no one cares if things get leaked. But when Sailor Moon came out, we were all like sworn to secrecy. And so I just thought, oh, they're not telling me because they don't want me to like, I don't know, like spoil it or leak it or something, right? But I think they just forgot. They literally, I think they just forgot. And so in my mind, I really thought that I don't know why. In my mind, I thought that I had gotten cast as Ami. But I just thought I just thought that, you know.
Interesting.
And then I was wrong. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hello.
Hello.
I wanted to ask, out of all of the works that you've been in, TV shows, movies, what has been the project that you've been the most proud of?
Oh, that's so hard to answer. There's so many things. And it changes. One of the things I'm really proud of is a movie called A Silent Voice. Um, I don't know if you know that movie. It deals with, a deaf girl, but then also deals with bullying and depression. And we cast a deaf actress to voice the lead. And I learned a lot about the deaf community while working on it, and that was probably like really fulfilling for me to like connect in that way. Um, there's another movie that I love called Ride Your Wave, which is also dealing with loss. And there's a movie that I love called Night is Short, Walk On Girl, because there's literally a musical in the movie. And we dubbed all the songs, and all the actors came, and it was just a silly good time. So there's so many things, that I've worked on that, they change, and I'll just be grateful that, if I get to work on things. And obviously, like, getting to work, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't name this first, but obviously getting to work on The Boy and the Heron was really just like amazing. It's a Miyazaki, it's a Ghibli film, but a Miyazaki Ghibli film. And it was such a beautiful movie, and I adapted the script in that, and did some of the casting, helped out in the casting for that. So that was, yeah, that was a big deal. So
Great. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I just have a quick question. Did you yourself grow up on the 90s version of Sailor Moon?
I did not. I think I was a little bit old. I was right in that time when like I was like felt older. Like it felt like baby kid stuff for me. And so I didn't grow up on it. A lot of my cast members did though. They all like watched it as a kid. I knew of it because it was a cultural phenomenon, but I didn't grow up on it. I didn't watch it. I don't even think I got into anime until a little bit later, like later college. So, yeah, so I totally missed that. So,
Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
My question is, out of all of the moments that Usagi has, which ones are like some of your favorites? And they can be like anything, like serious, funny.
I really do like the funny moments.
Yeah.
I love the episode when the villains come and then they have that scheme where they have that fake contest where like if they win whoever wins the contest gets like a free all expense paid wedding reception, and then all of the girls just start crazily fighting and being like super competitive. Girls who are teenagers who don't have boyfriends are like at each other's throats competing to get a free wedding reception paid for. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, those are like I really love like the dynamic between the girls. Those are my favorite moments.
Yeah, personally, the two that come to mind are from the first season, when she's like telling Mamoru to get a new outfit, and she hates like his green jacket and stuff like that. I'm just like, that's funny. Meta reference. And second is that one episode where like new three Guardians are at this amusement park, and they're on the train, and they just see this big Mamo just on this little tray, just doing like this. That was probably one of my favorites, to be honest.
Cool. Thanks for sharing.
All right, thank you.
There's so many episodes. They're like you could like everyone could pick something totally different. Yeah.
Hi, I have a really niche question for you. So,
A niche question?
not
All
really
right, let's
niche.
see. Oh no, what if I can't answer it?
Okay, so
You're gonna be like in episode
okay,
251.
no, that's not an episode. For Trails in the Sky, with the remake coming out, I was wondering if this is a bit NDA. I can change the question a bit. If
Uh-huh.
like you're going to be reprising the role of Estelle Bright.
I don't know.
Really?
I literally don't know, and it's mostly because I don't always remember what I've recorded, and then nowadays they also like when you go in. This is also for like just live action, like any dub now. You go in. You guys have gotten too good at interneting. Okay,
True.
like there, there was like what was it? It's a show that's really popular. Some anime show was like really popular, and it's a union production, so they have to register with the union to look up, and the union has. I shouldn't be telling you this because if you don't know this, then you're going to use it. But they have a portal, so actors, union actors, can check. They can look up the production ID and they can put it in and they can check. Oh, is this a union show? That way they know that they're not saying yes to a job that's like lying to them, right? But all you fans have like been hip to that, and then they'll be like, "Oh, this studio is recording it," before anything that's announced. And sometimes the clients do not like that, and so because of that, now we have just put in a bunch of weird random code names for stuff. So like when you send out an audition, like you'll be like, "Hey, you're auditioning for Unicorn Milkshake," or you're auditioning for. I did some voices on there was that live action. I think it was a Korean live action show where the girl gets turned into a chicken nugget. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's on Netflix. Only $15 a month. But like, I think when I booked it, they said, "Oh, you booked this show called McDonald's." And that's not the name. And now I don't even know. I don't even know the name of the show because they just refer everything to the code name. So that's what I mean, but I don't really even know. I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe if I've already recorded it.
True.
Maybe I haven't recorded it, but they're going to have me back. Maybe they've already recorded someone else. I have no idea.
Got you.
Yeah.
But love your work, by the way. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Well, thank you for being here. Earlier, you mentioned that when you got the part for Sailor Moon, you thought maybe you got Ami.
Yeah.
I was curious. You may have kind of partially answered this, but I guess, was it like an audition process? Did you read for all the scouts, or were you just submitting demos?
Yeah. You know what's so funny? Because, I told you it was like NDA and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you even say anything?
They sent us the auditions, and there were no like, I don't think there were any images. And they used a code name. They didn't say it was Sailor Moon. They used a code name. But then they didn't change any of the dialogue in the audition, you guys. So they like use this code name, and you're like, "Oh, you're not auditioning for Sailor Moon. You're auditioning for Princess Moonbeam or whatever." And then you look at the sides, and it's like, her audition sides was that opening paragraph, "Hi, I'm Usagi Tsukino. I'm 16 years old, and I go to Juban High School." Like that whole thing. And then later had her call outs, and it literally said Moon Prism Power Makeup.
Wow.
Like,
Would that be?
I didn't even watch the show. Like, I didn't even watch Sailor Moon, and I knew what it was. So it was very obvious. But yes, we did audition. We submitted auditions, and then I don't know if they had callbacks.
Did you do, obviously you did the one for Sailor Moon. Did you do a distinct one for Sailor Mercury, or do they just use that
Yes, I definitely changed it a little bit.
I
I wasn't as like peppy and bright,
Reading the same lines or reading like
Oh no, there were
Mercury's
different lines. We had different
Okay,
scenes
okay. I
for
see.
each character.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
for
see.
sure.
Okay.
But there was no callbacks, I don't think, or unless I was out of town. They have a bad history with that studio where my birthday is in April, and then Kawaii Con's in April in Hawaii. And so, like, if I go to Kawaii Con, I'll stay an extra week or something because it's Hawaii, right? There have been a few times when the callbacks are to when I'm in Hawaii, and then I can't, and then they're just like, well, I think that's what happened with Hinata, where there were callbacks, and then I couldn't make the callbacks, and I was like, oh no, did I lose the part?
Oh no, you were just that good.
Because and then no, but I still got it. So I was like, I really do think the reason I got Hinata was because I watch anime, so I know that archetype. I know that breathy shy girl, and I think probably the other actresses reading for it. Back when I feel so old, but like back when I was starting out voice acting, most of the actors like they weren't anime fans. Now is different. Now all the actors are anime fans, so they know they're like, oh, that's a tsundere type, that's a whatever type, that's a. But back then they would, they read the descriptions, shy girl, and they give you a very like American Western idea of shy, right? So maybe it's just kind of like that, you know what I mean? It's not like, but I don't think they would have imagined it's like this type of, you know what I mean? Like, but I watched a lot of anime, so I read the description. I'm like, I don't know what that is, So
It's like, thank you.
thank you.
Hello, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned working with the deaf community for that movie. I wanted to know, do you know sign language?
I don't know sign language. Our director, I co-directed that. Amanda Wynn Lee, was my co-director, and her son is deaf and but has a cochlear implant. But because of that, I think she knows how to sign. Lexi definitely is signs, but Lexi's verbal. But and has a hearing aid. Obviously, she did voice acting. Of course, she's verbal. Because guys, not all deaf people are like verbal. Like they communicate. Like sign language is a language, and it can just be a choice. That it's like the language that they prefer is sign versus like speaking or whatever. It's very different. But I did not. But one of the things I learned was that the deaf community is very funny. I was the jokes that I didn't get was there's a lot of like funny videos on YouTube of people signing concerts because music is much more interpretive. From what I gather or what they've told me is that the one-to-one it's not a one-to-one translation. There is some interpretation with how you kind of put together ideas and concepts with certain signs.
Yeah, it can be quite different from English.
Yeah, it's very
correct.
different. And also I think that like for songs that's more it can be way more interpretive, and so like they would share these YouTube videos with each other, the director and the actress, and they would just be cracking up, and I could not follow. But the one thing that I did follow was and I don't know if you've seen this, I guess it's quite famous. There is a YouTube video, and I think it's the Mormon Church of like Jesus Latter-day. It's like a Mormon church. It might be the Jesus Christ Latter-day Saint Church. They had a anti-masturbation PSA.
Oh no.
That they did all in sign, geared toward the deaf community, and somebody married that and put it to 50 cents in the club. And it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I'll have to look that video up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Hi. Okay. All right. That's good.
Hello.
This is technically my first panel, so I'm really excited
Oh,
to be up here.
welcome.
and getting to
Everyone's our
meet
first
you.
panel. You're doing great.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to be talking to you, and I was just kind of wondering, in terms of your approach to voice acting on certain projects, does the
type of animation impact your decisions and the way you create certain character voices, like Western animation versus actual anime?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think Western animation, well, for one, sometimes the tone and the style is determined by production and casting. And what I mean is like they're casting you because your audition fit the tone that they're looking for. So it's less so like it's it's not like they'd be like, "Oh, we just want a caster." And then I come in, they're like, "Just do your thing, make it up." They've already kind of gone through and picked who they want that they think can fit into the show. But when I receive auditions, if they provide artwork, I definitely change my audition style based on the artwork. You know, if it's like a lot of bright colors and like bold, thick lines, I might have like it's more energetic. There might be like sharper turns, like the beats are sharp. These are very actory terms. Does that make sense to any of you when I say these things? It just means like the comedy is like more, like it's more sudden and like versus something that's might be a little bit more natural or a little more toned down. So I definitely change up my reads based on stuff like that. For original animation, it's similar, but you get more control because they call prelay. Original animation, another other term in recording is called prelay, which means you're recording the audio before they lay down the art. So you have a lot more freedom. You can probably improvise a little bit. You can do things that might, that you could add noises, um, and you don't have to worry about it fitting in the mouth. So,
On occasions like that where you're not working based off of any artwork or any knowledge of the show, what do you have to kind of go off of, or where do
they
you?
do a character description. So they'll be like, such and such character is in her 20s to 30s. She had a traumatic childhood, but now she's a vigilante. And she's like really tough and cool. Except for when she gets drunk, she like. She's very funny. Whatever there's, I just made that up. But like, whatever it is, and you go off of that.
Yeah. Oh, exciting. A whole world based off of one paragraph.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I've returned.
Hello.
So I've met Mio and I've met Ritsu, and now I'm meeting Yui. And my goal is to hopefully meet like all of the like music club. So my question is, what is your favorite K-On moment in like the entire series?
I think my favorite K-On moment is when we find out that Tsumugi has never had a hamburger. K-On, you guys, is a show, if you don't know, about a bunch of girls who start a band called After School Tea Time. It is a very wholesome show. It is almost about nothing, but it is very entertaining. It's literally about girls hanging out. They go to an all-girls all-girls school. There are no boys there. There are no love interests in the entire show. There is no rival band. There is no any of that. It's just these like silly moments with girls being girls and friends. Tsumugi is like the rich girl. Also, there's no mean girls. They're all nice. Everyone is nice. And I don't know how they pulled off making a show still be entertaining with zero conflict, because when you learn in any sort of like creative writing or anything, there needs to be conflict, right? There is no conflict in this show, and yet it is very, very entertaining. Anyways, Tsumugi's like very, very rich, and then when the girls go out, they find out she's never had a hamburger or a cheeseburger, which is funny to me. Yeah.
Probably, it's not my favorite, but it's just one that's popping into my mind is when they're being corrupted by the greed, since they have like a whole bunch of cash on them. They're just corrupted by the greed, and like I think it was Azunya who was just like, please snap out of it. They've gone corrupt.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm back again.
Hello, you're back.
And so I do remember that Usagi has a few rivals. Does she?
Does she have rivals?
Yeah. From what I'm.
I mean, I think Ray is sometimes her rival. And I think sometimes, depending on the villain of the week, some of those, and come on,
Uh,
Chibi Usa's kind of a rival sometimes.
okay, so let me ask, who's the worthy rival of Usagi?
Who's a worthy rival?
Yes.
You know, luckily, I think Ray and Usagi are friends, so they're not like truly ever gonna really turn on each other. But if they did, for some reason, they really had a falling out, I think that would be probably a very like they're both really strong, and I think that would be really ugly and really messy. So I think she's a pretty worthy person, you know. Yeah.
Hmm. I do recall how some boys could be her rival too. I think Fiore and Fish Eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Okay, so I won't ask you for any favorites, but what were some?
You can still ask for favorites. You're just gonna
It's
see me.
okay, it's
You're gonna see
okay.
me go like this.
It's okay. It's okay. What were some roles that were very fun for you to perform?
Oh, really? Okay. So one of the roles that is like most fun for me is May from Lego Monkey Kid, which probably no one in here has seen. Who's seen Lego Monkey Kid? Raise your hand. One person. That person. It is a Lego show, as in yes, Legos, and it is based on around the myth of Sun Wukong, Journey to the West, East, West. I think it's West. The basically the Monkey King, that which a lot of stories are based on. Dragon Ball is based off of that idea too, um, and it's a really great show. It's original animation, although the show is so bizarre in the sense that it's not marketed or advertised anywhere. And even though it's original animation, we record everything first. They get it in China first. China gets it first. It's so big that I hear that they're building a theme park in China, and yet it's never advertised or marketed. And not only is it never advertised and marketed in the United States, I think that person can verify it's extremely hard to find because some seasons are on Amazon, some seasons are on is it Tubi or what's the app? Some of them are on the Lego app. I it's really hard to find, but the show is really worth it. The cast is amazing. A lot of anime actors are in it. Steve Bloom, Patrick Seitz, Sean Schimmel, Johnny Young Bosch. Trying to think who else. And the male lead. Do you guys like Avatar, the animated series? Um, Jack DeSena, the voice of Sokka, is Monkey Kid. And the thing that's different about that show is like we record it as a group, so we do a lot of like ad lib. We sometimes just do cute stuff. We started doing this thing where it happened in season one. Was said like the line would be like his action scene, and it'd be like, and the line someone would yell, "Let's go!" Right, and we were like, can we make it Lego? But like, can we make it? How close can we get away making "Let's go" sound like Lego? And so in the beginning, it was more like "Let's go," and then the more we did it, the more no one said no. Like the more we started doing that inside joke. Just stuff like that. We like get to improvise stuff and say things really weird, um, I don't know why, but Jack always says "porty" instead of "party." Like, yeah, party time. Like, it's very, very, like, it's just a fun time. So it's one of my favorites to voice because I put so much of myself into it because I'm like just having fun and doing things that make me laugh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
I was wondering, what was it like voicing Akira in Lucky Story? Because she kind of has two personas.
Oh, yes. That used to be my thing for a while, is like voicing characters with two voices, which like Penny and Zatch Bell, Akira and Lucky Star, Goo and Hare and Goo. I don't know. Yeah, that used to be my thing. It was super fun. And also, obviously, like Sam Riegel was a very good friend of mine, so it was very funny to have Sam play my sidekick. For you guys who don't know, there is a show called Lucky Star, but you don't need to mess with that show. You just need to watch the very end of each episode where the real fun begins. And there is basically a fake kind of talk show about the show at the end of the episodes, and that's called Lucky Channel. And Lucky Channel, the host of Lucky Channel is Akira Kogami, and she's like I think her persona is like this kind of like child star host thing. And so, and her whole thing is like, I'm cute. And everything's like so cute, hosty. And then the cameras go off and she's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, she's like, so she has like 2 different voices and is really, really kind of a mean person until she turns on the cute. Yeah, it's super fun.
Thank
I
you.
don't even know anything about the actual show Lucky Star. I just only know Lucky Channel.
Hi.
Hi.
So with Hinata and voicing young Hinata and adult Hinata,
Yeah.
you kind of had the whole range from child to adult.
Yeah.
Were there any conscious decisions you made or unconscious decisions that kind of showcased her range just growing up and her character development and progression?
You know, I didn't know it was going to go on that long. And obviously, I didn't know it was going to be like Hinata's going to be a mom and that different. So I guess the good thing is like I aged as the character aged. So that helped a little bit. You know, I think the hardest was Shippuden. When that jump happens, because you're like, okay, it should sound a little bit older, but not so, you know, she's still young. Like by the time she's mom, that's very easy to slip into, but like in the Shippuden, it was kind of like hard to kind of not. I tried to go off of the Japanese, but even the Japanese I felt was like, you know, like sometimes like she would sound a little bit younger than I thought it would be, or a little older than I thought it would be. So obviously it was conscious in the sense like, okay, Shippuden, she's older, but we probably shouldn't make her sound super old. And then when she was mom, I was like, okay, we can do like full adult type of voice here. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have about 8 minutes left. Is that right? Are we out of here at 2:30, or are we out of here a little bit? Because 2:30. Okay.
All right, I have a quick question I just thought of. What show did you think that was going to flop but turned out to be a massive hit?
Oh, I actually, you know, it's weird because I think in anime it's really different. Like nowadays the shows come out at the same time, right? But back then when I started dubbing anime, you know, we didn't dub it until it was already out. So like you already knew if it was going to be popular, you know, based on like what stuff they were watching subtitled or what was popular in Japan. So there really was, I don't have too many of those because of that, you know, because like, you know, when I was at the height of when I was dubbing a lot of anime, it was more like there was.
It's already produced.
Yeah, you already kind of
scenes
know.
were out.
Yeah, it's completely done. Like the whole thing is done, you know.
Okay.
So. All right, thanks you guys. Thanks so much for coming. I will be in the dealers whatever hall signing until 5 if you want to stop by, if you have more questions or you want to get a print or something signed. You guys have been awesome. Have a great day.